Thank you to the sponsors of the 2024 Western Australian Grand Installation, Masonic Care WA, Silkwood Funerals, Supreme Grand Royal Arch Chapter of Western Australia, Next Practice East Perth Medical Centre, Astute Promotional and Apparel, and York Lodge Number 5.
Hi brethren, and thank you for joining me for this podcast. Today I wanted to talk with you about a very important project which is about to be launched into the Western Australian Constitution, entitled the Masonic Advancement Program. This is a fully integrated and detailed educational program that deals with the why we do what we do within the first 3 degrees in craft masonry: entered apprentice, fellow craft, and master mason. It is the first time ever that an educational program has been developed specifically for the Western Australian Constitution and answers all the questions that a young Mason would want to ask as they progress along their Masonic journey. Joining me this morning is the project coordinator for the Masonic Advancement Program, Brother Rob Kirby. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Grandmaster.
How are you?
I'm exceptionally well and very excited that we have this program rolling out.
Fantastic. So, Rob, how does a person participate in the Masonic Advancement Program?
Well, Grandmaster, most brethren be aware now of the IMAS system, and within the IMAS system there will be a program called Top Class. So they'll be able to enter Top Class through the IMAS system, and Top Class will run the various components that the students will be able to enrol in.
So is Top Class another module of IMAS?
It's basically a program that runs through IMAS.
So it's a learning and development tool.
Yes.
To allow brethren to be able to directly engage with the educational material.
Yes, that's right.
Sounds fantastic. So where to from here?
Very shortly the program will be rolled out to the brethren across the whole Masonic organisation, and they'll all have an opportunity to enrol in the Entered Apprentice workbook and components that follow the workbook.
Okay, so can you give us a little bit of a view into the breakdown of what the program looks like?
Yes, the program will consist of a workbook, an at-work series which will cover each of the 3 degrees. There will be forums, and there will also be papers that they'll be able to access, so lecture papers that will be able to be accessed within the program as well.
So I'm assuming therefore that this is a self-paced program with some interaction. As you mentioned before, there will be some forums that will be held from time to time. Is that correct?
That's right, Grandmaster. We have, there will be the workbook component which will basically outline the various aspects of the degree that has been undertaken. Following that, there'll be some forums that will be overseen by a mentor or a person guiding the students through the various components of the lectures as well. So there'll be a series of lectures that they'll be able to read beforehand and then ask questions and engage with other entered apprentices or fellow craft or master masons in relation to the specific areas that they are looking at.
So if a brother, be it an entered apprentice, a fellow craft or a master mason, needs further guidance and assistance, where can they go?
There's a number of areas. They will have a tutor assigned when they enrol in the program. The tutor's role will be to guide them through not only the program but also to ensure that any questions relating to the program are adequately answered. Additionally, there are other resources like the worship master within the lodge or the director of ceremonies within the lodge, 2 people that are very experienced in ritual work and understanding the actual intricacies of the ritual. So they're a really great source of information. Additionally, there's the West Australian Lodge of Research, and the members of the West Australian Lodge of Research have undertaken various aspects of research into specific things within Freemasonry, and they are also able to provide plenty of information about the topics that will be undertaken within the program.
Fantastic. Now, I believe part of the program also involves what's called the At Work series,
Yes,
which I understand is a series of lectures
yes,
which are exemplifications of the Entered Apprentice, Fellow Craft and Master Mason's degree.
that's right.
Where can a student or somebody enrolled to participate in this program go to see those particular lectures?
Yes, well, what will happen is the student will be able to enrol within the IMAS system to attend one of those lectures. Those lectures will be undertaken by the West Australian Lodge of Research, so they will have a calendar of events for the year, and they'll be able to advise everyone when they will be running those lectures. And those at work programs will be essentially plays that will walk the student through the various aspects of the degree, and they will stop at each component of the ritual where they will have explanation of that part of the ritual.
Fantastic. So not only the why we do what we do, but the what and the how.
That's right.
Fantastic. That's great. So I guess all this education and learning can often be difficult to retain. So is there an exam? Are there tests or assessments required to be completed for these particular elements or modules prior to an entered apprentice progressing to fellow craft or fellow craft to master mason?
This is a really important aspect of the top class program that we're using, Grandmaster. Top class allows us to, within the workbook, have interactive activities. So rather than having exams where you have to go through a series of questions and provide answers to those questions, which sometimes can be quite onerous, we've got interactive activities within the program. So it should be a more fun activity so that the student can progress to the next level.
So am I able, if I was to enroll in the program, to complete the fellow craft or the master masons module without having first completed the entered apprentice?
No, you must have completed the first module before you can do the other modules, and so it's very progressive. You can't move on within the system. It will not allow you to move on until you've undertaken that the previous degree.
Fantastic. So are there any other resources available to a student if they would like to do further education or learning?
Yes, absolutely. Within the program as well, we're able to attach various lecture papers, information papers, and various other things that might be useful to the student, and a handout on the workbook even, so they can actually print off the workbook and look at that themselves later rather than having to go into a computer and undertake that.
Fantastic. So once a student has completed the specific individual modules, what is the trigger point for them to be able to move on to the next module?
They must have completed the degree within the lodge that they're a member of. So they need to be made a fellow craft before they can enrol in the fellow craft program, and the same applies for master mason. They need to progress and be either passed or raised within their lodge before they can enrol.
Fantastic. So once a member has completed all 3 degrees, what's the acknowledgement of the completion or the achievement of the educational training?
Yes, well, that's quite exciting too, Grandmaster, because the Grand Lodge will actually issue a certificate to the student at completion. So that's quite an exciting thing. I think the student should look forward to receiving that when they complete their program, and it'll also be recorded on their Masonic record within IMAS.
So a student can access it, but the lodge can access it to ensure that they've completed that relevant piece of education.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. There you have it, brethren. A fairly good detailed discussion on what the wonderful Masonic Advancement Program is. This is not a mandatory program of study, but one that we would encourage every entered apprentice, fellow craft and master mason to complete along their Masonic journey, as it will answer a lot of those questions that I'm sure are in all your minds, and perhaps a lot of questions that have never been answered for you as you've progressed along your journey. Thank you, Rob, very much for coming in this morning. I understand that this has been a very large and significant project and taken up an enormous amount of time. And may I, on behalf of the Grand Lodge of Western Australia, thank you and congratulate you on the achievement to date.
Thank you, Grand Master. I really appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Brethren, we are just about to complete the beta testing on this particular program. The program will become available in November of this year. I commend it to every Freemason, be it an entered apprentice, fellowcraft, master mason, or even a past master, to have a look at this program and perhaps enroll and attempt it yourself. This is an important part of our retention process, as it is all well and good to recruit new members, but it is vital to ensure that they understand what they are involved in and the different aspects of the degrees that they pass through. Thank you very much for your attention, and as always, I look forward to seeing you out in the lodges.